Prescott Van Meyer III, sommelier from home. In today's episode, we're doing Dos Equis flavored beers. So these aren't quite seltzers. These are actual beers that have been infused with additional flavors. So what are our flavors today? Lime and salt, pineapple, cucumber, and watermelon. So as you can see, they have that really nice, fun summer vibe going on to them. The two X's, and then of course we have the Lager Especial. Are you gonna be in a better mood? Don't get attitude with me. All right. Oh, thank you. You like the watermelon? I'll let you try watermelon when I open it up. Yeah, Prescott's becoming quite the lush. It does say it is beer with natural flavor. We'll see how natural it tastes. And these beers come in at 4.2% alcohol. A little bit smoother drinking, less chance of having a headache afterwards. Still a little bit hydrated, perchance, after getting through one of these variety packs. Let us know in the comments when you finished a variety pack whether you're dehydrated or not. Looking pretty good with the Surgeon General warning on it, so you know that it does have alcohol. I haven't read the Surgeon General's warning in quite a long time. Let's see if the legal language has changed. Consumption of alcohol beverages impairs your ability to drive a car, operate machinery, and make products. Nope, the Surgeon General's warning has remained constant. Good for you, Surgeon General, for staying true to your values. Well, like this, lime and salt, very traditional. Many of my Caribbean excursions had some lime and salt beers going on back when I was married and traveling the world with my lovely wife. She still travels to the Caribbean. She's enjoying herself. I think she's there now, actually. That's Abby for you. And I was just told by Dalton off camera, he has a former paralegal roommate, that I should warn you, do not give alcoholic beverages to the animals in your home. So just a disclaimer right there. I don't do it. And you shouldn't either. I'm covered, right? Moving on to pineapple. We got pineapple here. Now it does say pineapple, lime, and salt. So let's see here. Cucumber, lime, and salt. And watermelon, lime, and salt. So I guess the sort of base variety is gonna be the lime and salt, and then they add additional flavors on top of that. So that is an interesting interpretation of the beers. Having those additional flavors could be interesting. We're gonna find out. Well, let's go ahead and open up these Cuatro Equis. Oh wait, it's Ocho Equis. See their flavor. For those of you who don't habla español, that was a Spanish joke about numbers and X's. And if you didn't get that reference, maybe you should use el bing to figure it out. Or is it la bing? Actually, I don't know if bing is masculine or feminine in Spanish. I'm gonna have to el bing it. I'll go to my Bing wallet, I'll open it up, see if I have any additional free searches for today. Anyways, well, let's go and open them up and give them a smell. A little bit of fart coming out right away. Hard to hide the fart that escaped this can immediately. But I do smell that lime and just smelling that very mild beer flavor coming out of there. You know what? Letting it aerate a little bit, there's no more fart. So maybe that's just a beer fart sitting at the top of the can. And if that's the case, I owe Bud Light an apology for accusing it of having the beer farts. You just gotta let it waft away, you know? Crop dust the room with it. And then, you're clear. A nice mild beer and lime scent. All right, let's go ahead and open up the pineapple. Beer fart, a little bit of beer fart. Let's let that. All right, the beer fart has left. That is a fairly accurate pineapple aroma that's coming out of here. Smells pretty natural to me, so that'll be an interesting flavor. All right, moving on to pepino, Spanish for cucumber. Cucumber farts, yeah. No, this is a thing. Just gonna let it air out a little bit. Can't say I'm getting a lot of cucumber, but of course, cucumber doesn't have an aggressive aroma anyways. I might wanna taste this before I taste the pineapple, to be honest. Well, I don't want it to be overpowered by the pineapple. So we're gonna move it to second place right after the lime. All right, let's move on to watermelon. Yeah, that's a wet watermelon fart right there. I wanna be fair to watermelon, you know? Get it out of there. All right, some nice mild watermelon. Doesn't smell like watermelon candy, the sort of the fake watermelon smell that you get. It smells like a really nice, mild, fresh watermelon flavor to it, like an agua fresca. In fact, it's a little bit more potent than the cucumber, but still not aggressive as the pineapple. So I'm gonna make pineapple last. Because that had the most aggressive aroma coming out of it, I'm gonna try to make sure that I don't mask it with the other ones. And it feels like we're moving up the chain here with the strength of the aromas that are coming out of the cans. All right, let's go ahead and give it a taste. Definitely some salt in it. Obviously you can't smell salt, but you can taste it. Pretty mild beer flavor. Definitely got a little bit of lime in there. And to be honest, I think they need to take the salt down just a little bit, because it's just kind of tasting like a salty beer. Not like, you know, ocean water salty or anything like that. But again, I think they should just kind of maybe knock it down a little bit. The beer flavor is so incredibly mild, it's barely there. And the lime does have a little bit to it, and that salt just kind of comes in, and I guess, I mean, I could see somebody enjoying this, but I could see somebody not. It's very middle of the road and interesting. It's not the most interesting drink I've ever had, and it's not the least interesting drink I've ever had. Like me, I'm not the most interesting man in the world, but I'm not the least interesting man in the world. I've seen things. I know things. People like me. Can I fix my Wi-Fi router? No, of course not. But can I engage you in classy, fanciful conversation during an exquisite fancy dinner? Absolutely. And why can't I fix the router? It's difficult to install one in a car. I mean, between my ironing board, my fondue set, my George Foreman grill, and my white noise making machine, you know, I just don't have the pull for it. Keep running around in the neighborhoods and finding that free Wi-Fi spot. Definitely do it in the cover of night, because if it's broad daylight and you're in a car just binging away, people will call the cops. I'm told it looks creepy and unnerving. But a shout out to Bing Maps, helping me locate where the good neighborhoods are. You've been at this game long enough, you definitely can tell by eye which neighborhoods are gonna have the open Wi-Fi connections. I should move to Florida. Boca Raton, I'd have Wi-Fi all over the place. No little kid saying, "Mommy, mommy," that man is binging in his car. The mom ignoring the little tyke. Nobody bings anymore. Yeah, I bing. Lots of people bing. In fact, I need to bing later what my bing stock is up to these days. We're hopefully gonna GameStop that sucker. Moving on to cucumber. Something a little sweet about this one, interestingly enough. I don't know if that suggests there's an added sugar to it. Something about that level of saltiness that they put in here that I'm just not quite putting my finger on whether it needs to be less or cut in half. All right, let's move on to watermelon. My favorite summer fruit, although it does go right through me. Interesting. The flavor of the watermelon definitely comes in the aftertaste, not very much on the mouthfeel. And the smell of the watermelon was pretty authentic, but it's reminding me a little bit more of watermelon candy in the aftertaste. Accentuates with the salt a little bit better, though I'm one of those people who put salt on my watermelon. If you're like that, then this might be your favorite one of the varieties. It is mine so far. All right, let's move on to pineapple. Let's see if it's the most aggressive flavor. The pineapple definitely comes through immediately on the palate, in the aftertaste, and it's a fairly authentic pineapple. Don't taste a lot of the beer, very, very mild. And I gotta say, it reminds me of just some authentic pineapple juice added to a beer. Well, I was correct. Based on the aroma, the most powerful flavor was definitely the pineapple, coming in very strong in the mouth. A little bit more mild on the watermelon. The watermelon really peeks through. In the aftertaste, cucumber. I don't want to say it was barely there, but it was definitely overpowered by the lime, a little bit more refreshing. And that lime and salt, I think because of the stripped down nature of the lime and salt, the saltiness of the beer really kind of overtakes it to begin with. Still, interesting flavors and certainly a change of pace to any summer loving people who want to have some beers either out on the water, on the beach, or whatever other summer activities you're doing. Who would be drinking this? Well, people who enjoy drinking beer but want the beer flavor to be the least prioritized aspect of the drink. Who else would be drinking this? The world's most interesting man, about a decade after his prime. Who else would be drinking this? The nephew of the world's most interesting man. Not the all-American jock, the shorter nephew, who swore off hard seltzers, but you know, he still kind of needs it in his life. Beer fart enthusiasts. Well, they might not be drinking it so much as just smelling it. Fart fetishists. Yeah, that's a thing. But you're gonna have to get there quick, people, because these beer farts dissipate. Personally, I want my beer farts to dissipate quickly, so good job there, Dos Equis. Open it up, get those nostrils right over the can, folks, and breathe in deep. Dalton, that's not how Bing works, okay? You get 3 free a day. If you get Bing Prime, then you'll get more. Young people. All right, since I have 4 varieties here, I'll go ahead and rank what I like the most to what I like the least. be honest, I actually like the watermelon the most. It had a very pleasant, mild flavor with the watermelon coming in. I like the big burst of pineapple that came out. And the lime and salt, well, that is what it was. It's telling you exactly what it had. And of course, coming in last, cucumber. I don't really see much difference between it and the lime and salt. The mildness was really lost on me. For a total score, I'm giving Dos Equis beer varieties a 48. If this is the type of thing you like, you will enjoy it. Thank you, PV3 Nation. I'll see you next time with the world's most averagely interesting man.